So I want to greet everybody in Nigeria, whether you are watching from Nigeria or from anywhere in the diaspora. I'm live today with an important personality. Important because it's not just somebody of Nollywood fame, because I know a lot of people are looking at the face and they are tagging Nollywood already. This is also a barrister, a lawyer, and not just a barrister. Am I free to also call you a Buarist? Is it okay to call to call you?
Well,
Are you a Buarist?
it, it's better to say I'm a Nigerian.
Okay, okay,
I,
okay.
I
That's great.
am
So
I
it's
am
in a,
of APC. Yeah.
okay.
But
You're of
to be very
APC.
honest with you,
Okay,
yes, and I'm a follower of President Muhammad Buhari, no doubt.
okay. All right.
So
That is
it
great
is
to
not out
hear.
of place. All
Okay.
right.
I know many followers of Buhari and supporters of APC who already came out to say they are not too cool with how this administration is going or how the regime is playing out. I have not seen you do that, so maybe I may want to excuse you. You are still enjoying Nigeria as it is. Am I safe to say that? Am I safe to say you are still enjoying everything?
Well,
You
first
like
and
it the
foremost,
way it is going?
now I am an incurable optimist.
Okay.
According to Winston Churchill,
Hmm.
he said, an optimist sees opportunities in difficulties,
Okay.
but a pessimist sees difficulties in opportunities.
Hmm.
So, by my nature, I am an incurable optimist. I believe
Okay.
that Nigeria is the best country in the world.
Hmm.
And I believe that every country is a work in progress. Every country.
Okay.
Whether you call the country United States or United Kingdom or any country in the world, is a work in progress. So,
Okay.
and what is a country? The country is made up of the people that are within it. It's not just the physical structure. So we should stop this attitude of blaming only whoever is in power. All of us are guilty. All of us should take responsibility, including you and I.
Okay.
So, so I do not believe that Nigeria is the worst place to be on earth. As a matter of fact, but this is because I'm an optimist. It is still the best place for me to be on earth.
Okay. How would you rate the situation of insecurity in the country and how this administration, or some like to call it regime, has handled it so far? Will you say they are doing creditably well, or will you say there is more to be done?
Whoever denies the fact that we are having security challenges in Nigeria is either a hypocrite or a psychopath.
Okay.
It is obvious. And this problem
Network.
started not with this regime. But you're back now. Can you see me?
Yeah, because we have you. We still have you here.
Are you with me?
It's a network. Yeah,
All right.
we are still here.
Okay. Now, so it did not start with this regime. That is obvious. And before this regime had come in, security problem has metastasized in Nigeria. And it is of the terrorists, is of the terrorist form. Let me remind you what George Bush said. when the terrorists bombed the World Trade Center. He said, this fight is going to be long, it's going to be tough, as in hard, and it's going to be costly. And you see, America was in Afghanistan for 20 years, and yet they still left in a messy situation. So terrorism is not a child's play. So in Nigeria, take it from me, and I'm not exonerating this regime. All the regimes from 2009 to now should take responsibility. What really happened was that when President Muhammadu Buhari came into power, if you can remember, they wiped out the terrorists they met. They sorted out the security challenges they met. That was why they proclaimed that they have been technically defeated. You could remember there was a time that it appeared as if they had succeeded. So when the terrorists now changed their tactics, the government failed to change the tactics with them alongside. They evaporated from the cities and went into the forest, and then started learning forest way of fighting. The government should have trained the military then to adapt to the situation. You don't wait for them to come to the city to attack you. You go to the forest to attack them. So they did not change the tactics for the change in the tactics of the terrorists. So that law made the terrorists now to rejuvenate, to reinvigorate, and then to start launching attacks on soft targets. So that's what we are facing now. So we have to take responsibility. The government has to take responsibility, and they must have to, change their tactics to tackle the situation, the security situation in the country. So I'm not giving excuses, but that's actually what happened.
But how would you appraise the event where sometimes when they even get the terrorists, the government releases them again, and sometimes when you even report them, the government says leave them? How would you appraise that particular situation?
Shegun, I don't know when you have started receiving security briefs, because I would want you to help me to tell me when you reported them. You reported them and they told you to leave them.
Okay.
Because
I do not know if it is okay. I do not know if it is okay to report other people's experiences to you, but we heard many times already where people said whenever bandits came to their farm and they go to report at the station, the police station will say they cannot handle it, that they should rather go and look for somewhere else to report. I'm sure you must have been hearing that. I'm also sure that you are also familiar with the news.
I want you to put your question in proper perspective, because what you just said is that the security authority will tell them, leave them. In other words, creating the impression that the security authority will tell them, leave them to continue operating, or
that you cannot report them to us. Go and find your own solution. And then other times, whenever they even tried to resist them and it resulted in whatever crisis, soldiers will follow these bandits to go and even punish owners of the farms and say you must allow them grace. Other times when they were even arrested, the Nigerian states will still say we return them to the society. I'm sure you have seen the video, for instance, of where a major was announced, was briefing the media and said the Boko Haram that we released to the society today can as well become president tomorrow. I'm sure you saw that video if you have not seen other ones or you are not familiar with other ones. Any of these three I have painted to, or I have reported just now so far, if you are not familiar with all of them, is there anyone that you are at least familiar with?
Shegu, you are modeling up. Yes, you're modeling up issues.
Okay.
You can't lump them together.
We are still talking about
You've
insecurity.
muddled up the yes, you've muddled up the issue of grazing with the issue of bandits. Now, good. So these two things are different. These two things are different. A bandit, pure and simple. But there are some people who are grazing their cattle who are not thieves. And
We are not saying
as
all
at
of
the
them. We are saying
time,
they have been
yes, there
hiding
are
under that. They've been the report says
good.
that they've been
That's what I'm
hiding
saying.
under, but they are carrying out activities of bandits, but hiding under activities
Anybody,
of herdsmen.
anybody who is anybody who is a bandit
So it's not
hiding
modeled up.
under
Yeah.
no, is modeled up. The mere fact that somebody is grazing with his cattle does not make him a bandit. And as at that time, all those states have not outlawed open grazing. So
Okay.
in law, you cannot try somebody for any crime that is not written down. That is why most of these governors are enacting anti-open grazing laws now.
Because that is the channel
So
through which the bandits were
I
coming.
agree with good.
Yes.
So now that any state that has outlawed open grazing and has put a penalty for it, then when you do it, you have committed a crime.
Great.
And the security agencies have the right to arrest you and arrest your cattle and then implement the law against you. But banditry is that you are an armed robber. So anybody caught being an armed robber is supposed to be dealt with accordingly. The order of the president is shoot him. It is straightforward. Anybody that is caught with AK-47, the instruction is shoot him.
Okay.
And it is in accordance with the law. One, you are entitled to your self-defense.
Okay.
So anybody that has a gun will kill you if you don't kill him. So once the person opens fire, you have the right to kill him. Once, first of all, you're defending yourself, which you are entitled to. And self-defense is a complete justification for murder. Complete justification. So when the president said it, the president said what the law said. Again, when somebody is an armed robber, that is a capital offense. So if the person is running away and you cannot get him, and shooting him is the only thing you have the right to shoot him because the offense is a capital offense. So once he's with the gun and he has tried to shoot you and he's running away when maybe under superior fire, you have the right to take him out. So the issue here is, it is very clear. Once somebody is a bandit, what is banditry? A bandit is a thief who is a member of a gang. That is why it's called bandits. Band. That band there means a gang. So whoever is an armed robber, by the instruction of President Muhammadu Buhari, kill him. Simple.
All right, great. But are you also aware that even after giving that order, shoot whoever is with such weapon, at the same time, you see that whenever they are even captured, they are also released back to the society rather than being punished as expected. Good. Are you aware of that one as well?
I am not aware of that.
Okay.
I am aware that there are some repentant Boko Haram people. These are two different. As I said, don't model of things.
Okay.
Good. When you say repentant Boko Haram, you did not capture the person in war.
Okay.
Remember, the person submitted himself. So I'm a student of international law and diplomacy. Once anybody surrenders, even in war, waves a white flag and surrenders, you don't have the right to shoot him. You have the right to take him as a prisoner of war. Now, these are two different things. If you met the person in the war, in the battlefront, and you're exchanging fire with the person, you should know the president has already told you, take him out. But that somebody said he repented, the procedure cannot be the same thing. As I'm a Christian, and I'm a born-again Christian. Assuming I can be sure now, that these people actually repented, I will tell you there is nothing wrong in forgiveness. But whether I am sure is another thing. I can't tell you I'm sure, because you are the only person
because
who
I was
can
going to ask
say
you
whether you are genuine. Yes, you're the only person who can genuinely say whether you have repented. That's the truth. And I can guarantee you that I'm sure that these people have repented. There's nothing wrong in that. All of us, we are sinners, including me. I'm the chief of sinners. But when I gave my life to Christ, I believe that God forgave me, because God said, if you repent and ask for forgiveness, you will be forgiven. So sure that these people have repented the way they claimed that they have repented.
Well, two questions. I really did not want to stretch this at all, and I hope we don't do. But two questions came out of the response you just gave. You mentioned raising flag as a sign of peace and surrender.
I'm talking about international law. What the law says.
Yes. And then, and I remember, I just remembered quickly that there was a situation, a scenario at Lekki during the NSAS protest, where people were told to bring flag as a sign like that. But well, the Nigerian military did not understand that, but they understand it with Boko Haram. And then the second follow-up question from that is, how would you appraise such immediate or almost instant release back to society under the guise that they just surrendered? And then would you not think that is some kind of tactic to penetrate, get in, and then conquer the military? Because shortly after they were being released, we started seeing reports again of further attacks on the Nigerian military bases, including the Nigerian Defense Academy that you remember. And a lot of people are worried that why should it be like this? You are releasing people back to the society and they're carrying out more attacks. Would you still say it is a good strategy at this point, especially when the crisis is still on and hot?
Shegu, I will advise that you stop modeling up issues.
There's nothing modeled here.
Now, hold on. I'll tell you. Because each one has different legal implications.
Okay.
It will be offensive for you to begin to compare Lekki with Boko Haram. Lekki is a protest. Hold on.
I was bringing what it means when you wave flag. It's a context, and the context was it was present in the two scenarios, waving flag.
That's what I'm saying.
And what it means.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
When you're protesting and you're raising flag, you're not raising flag that you have repented. You are not raising flag. Good. You are not raising flag that you are not fighting. You're raising flag to show that it is a peaceful protest.
Exactly.
I want you to know the difference. Good. So that does not mean
maybe the Nigerian military needs to know the difference too.
So the other person is telling you, I'm giving up. I am no longer fighting. I don't want to fight. I'm surrendering. And he's saying, please forgive me. That's what I'm saying. These are two different things. So that
Okay.
when I'm answering, I can't answer both of them as one question. The other
Okay.
person is still protesting, but he's trying to tell you that this is a peaceful protest. We are
So
not
would
violent.
you have warranted being shot?
These are two different things.
I'm still
No,
protesting, but
you have the
I'm here in
right.
peace.
Good.
Would you
You
have
have the
warranted
right
being
to
shot?
protest.
Okay.
You have the right to protest. It is your legitimate right to protest.
Okay.
But Shegun, you do not have the right to use your own right as you are exercising it to infringe on another person's right. You do not have the right to block any road when you're protesting,
So
because
would it have been
you
right?
will be
Would it have been right?
infringing.
Would it have been right to just
Yes.
arrest such encroachers instead of shooting them? They are not harmed. Would it have been right to just arrest than shoot them?
Now, whenever your right starts infringing on another person's right,
You should get
the
shot.
security operative, has the right to use reasonable force to disperse you.
Reasonable force
That
would
is the
be
law.
shooting people down. Okay,
Don't
I think we
ask me.
should
I've
just
told you
leave
what the
that.
law says.
Okay, I think we
Uh-huh.
should just leave that.
So
Let me
I am
ask
talking.
you.
I'm talking as a lawyer. Shegun, let me ask you.
Yeah.
You are a hustler. You go out every day. I'm not sure you're employed by the government.
No.
Good. Now, if somebody in the name of protesting against the government comes to block your street and say you will not go out for 1 month, would you send the person a thank you card?
Of course, the law has laid down processes of handling things like this. If I call on the
That's what I'm
police,
saying.
arrest
Good.
is not to come and shoot them down. They are not harmed.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you want
Yeah.
to arrest somebody and the person is resisting, what do?
No,
Assuming.
there is no evidence of such, but let us leave it. Let's just move on to other
No.
things
I'm
about
just
state of
I'm
the
just
nation.
asking.
There
A
is,
policeman now comes in front of your house. Somebody is blocking you, and he tells the person to leave, and the person said no, waving white flag. No, I'm not going to leave. What do you advise the policeman to do? Because he has been there for weeks.
Barrister, I think we should just leave that particular thing. I'm also
Okay.
interested. I'm also interested in. I'm also interested in the quest for improving Nigeria's unity. You know, there's a quest for that on the part of the government, as they said, and there's also the quest on the part of a lot of people who feel disaffected that they want to break away. If you would assess these two sides, what would be your opinion? How would you, I mean, how would you appraise um, the effort of the government to achieve unity or to strengthen the unity of Nigeria, vis-a-vis the way Nigerians are perceiving it, and rather asking to break up? What is your own position on these two subjects?
All right. First of all, I want to tell you that there is no part of Nigeria now that is shouting that they want to break away. There is no part of Nigeria.
A lot of
Good.
people are
Why am I
wondering.
saying?
Okay,
Good.
great.
No, why am I saying this? Yes. Why am I saying this? Yorubas have their leadership. They have their religious leaders. They have their traditional leaders. They have their socio-cultural leaders. They have their political leaders. There is no sect of leadership from this cadre that has made a meeting and reached a resolution that they want to break from Nigeria. Now, the Igbos, Igbos have their socio-cultural leadership, or Haneze. They have their traditional leadership, the Igwes. They have their political leadership, the governors, senators, etc. They have their religious leaders, the bishops, the reverend fathers, the all or whatever. Now, none of them has sat down to say they want to leave Nigeria. Same thing with South, same thing with North, same thing everywhere. That a group of people are exercising their freedom of speech and they are making utterances or comments does not mean and can never mean that the people from that side are talking about secession. And let me tell you the difference. In 1967, before Biafra was declared, the then governor, Governor Dumegwu Ojukwu, he was the governor of the Eastern region. That is political leadership. He had his council of traditional leaders. That's traditional leadership. Same thing with social cultural leadership. He assembled them before reasonably all of them came together to declare secession. So please, you have to understand the difference between that people are exercising their fundamental right to freedom of expression. And then you're saying that, how can I come and say the Yorubas want to leave Nigeria? Which set of their leadership has said so? Or you want to tell me now that the people that are expressing their right to freedom of expression, that they are now superior to the Oni of Ife? Or they will not say something and they will not say they have talked to.
Let me quickly just bring something in there.
So I don't agree.
Yes, do you know that a leadership can be illegitimate sometimes when they do not have support of the mass of their people?
Now, let us not go into that. Okay. Because you if we go into that, you will say that lawyers, you will soon begin to abuse lawyers.
Okay, let me put it. Let me take another one. Let me rephrase it this way by citing an instance.
Good.
Let me cite an
you
instance.
You may say that the leadership is unpopular, but you cannot say that a leadership is illegitimate. Illegitimacy has to do with legality or illegality. So once leadership,
and you know that legality in Nigeria in most cases is purchased. But let me even leave that.
Yeah,
let me come
whatever
to,
it is.
Did you see the situation today in Imo State where the people you may be stylishly dismissing as not being the authority or constituted declared a sit at home, and then the whole town, the whole city was just like ghost town. The president came to town and the people rather respected the declaration of the people you want to dismiss as not constituted authority. How would you appraise that? Like, people did not come out.
Now, I don't know whether you saw. I don't know whether you saw the same thing I saw, because I saw a very warm welcome to the president. I saw a very warm welcome to the president.
But you saw the city. Yes, but you saw the city generally.
No, you know, I think
city.
Shegu, I think you're making a mistake here.
Okay.
Good. When a president is passing even in Abuja, all the roads he's going to pass are declared empty and blocked. All the roads.
But you remember that this particular one has antecedents.
No,
in the sense that every time they declare the sit at home, it is not because president is coming to town, and people obey it voluntarily.
Now, Shegu, when you ask question, you allow me to answer.
Okay.
Or I will listen. So that you
yes, but I want you to answer the right question.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Now, let me tell you something. If the president is coming to a state, you can only come to that place by invitation. Now, let me tell you what you don't understand. When we are doing our convention in Abuja, we want to do our convention. On that day, all the buildings around, all the offices around, if the president is going to come, they are told not to come to work. They block the whole city from certain road. And then when you have the invitation, you will go to another place and join a bus that will take you to the venue. These are security measures. And these are when things have not gone down security-wise like this. So what you are seeing, that the president is going there, they are all security measures. All the people, don't you know the risk involved? The president is going to travel from the airport down to the venue, and it's going to go round to commission projects. So all those roads will be blocked, and people will be told to stay at home when you are not invited, because you don't know who is going to be a security risk. I am telling you the truth. I'm not trying to defend anything. And you know, he's going to the east. I don't want to say much, but you understand what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is pure security procedure. So all the people you're seeing there
that the
are
whole
invited.
city should be deserted.
No, the whole city should be locked down. Whether it is Lagos, whether it's in Abuja. I've told you when we are doing a program in Abuja, you lock the whole of, if you are doing it in Ego Square, from Asokoro, you lock down from Asokoro, you lock down from Constitution Avenue, you lock all those places down, and when you have your tag, you're invited, you will go to bus to drive you to Ego Square. This is security, pure security issues. And you will meet very trained military officers that don't know you. They will be imported from maybe Meduguri or from Cross River. They don't know you. They don't want to know who you are. If you're not wearing the tag, you won't cross that place, wherever you are. So these are all security measures. Whoever is telling you that is because somebody says it at home, this and that, in this visit, is not telling you the truth. All the people that we are invited, they were all there. It was a very colorful event. Maybe you will still see more of it with time.
Okay, great. Before we go for now, I'd like to ask you your own take as to the value-added tax controversy, where states are saying that they want to take the large share of they want their money to stay with them, but the federal government is saying, no, at least. And you saw what the Gombe State governor is saying, that please, Lagos and Rivers, be your brother's keeper. Don't let all the money stay with you. What's your own take regarding this value-added tax controversy?
Shegu, the law is the law. Is that the states should collect the VAT. That is the position of the law. A court of competent jurisdiction declared that law until it is set aside on appeal. That is the position of the law. And the basis of the declaration is that whatever is not in the exclusive list means the list which only the federal government has power to legislate, and is not in the concurrent list. Concurrent list is the list which the state shares with the federal government in legislation. So whatever is not in these two lists becomes a residual issue which only the states have power to legislate. So that's the position of the law. As long as in the Constitution, if the FIRS does not have the power in the Constitution, if it does not fall in the exclusive list, it does not fall in the concurrent list, it falls in the residual list. So that's just what the court says. And if the court says it, that's the position of the law until the appellate court says otherwise. It's as simple as that.
Let's round off on this particular one. 2023. Some are saying they should zone
Yes.
Some are saying they should zone to the south. Others are saying it doesn't matter. The constitution does. Which one would you support? Would you say, well, they should zone to the south, or they should still leave it wherever people support? And I even heard some already calling for a Igbo presidency. Would you back that? And what are the chances so far if you will back that? And then lastly, I'm not modeling it, I'm just consolidating the questions because they are related. Some are saying there should be no election in 2023, that Nigeria should at least restructure first, and that the 1999 constitution should be thrown out and the truly people's constitution be brought to the fore before we can start talking about another election. Which one do you, through your which one do you want, or would you believe should be the situation? Throw the constitution out, restructure Nigeria, or, well, we can still cope with this. Let there be 2023 and let us zone which way or that way.
You know, when people talk about restructuring, I think they don't actually understand what it means. Now, when you talk about restructuring, what it means is that you already have a structure, but you're trying to say, let us amend this structure to perform better. Meaning it is an ongoing process, which I support. Do you know that the decision by the court on this issue of VAT, do you know that it is restructuring? So it's not something that is static. You know, these things evolve as we are moving on, either through litigation, either through legislation, either through popular wish. We'll keep restructuring. It's not a static thing. Even if you have a national dialogue today and bring up issues that you would change in the constitution, circumstances can change tomorrow and you want to change. It's an ongoing process. That's why I said it's work in progress. It cannot stop. It cannot end. So nobody should say until you restructure, you will not have election. The election itself can help you to restructure. Election helps you to bring the people that will do your wish. So if, for instance, you believe that the present system does not want to restructure, is it not contradictory when you're saying you won't go to elect new people who will restructure, for instance? Is it not contradictory?
What about the 1999 constitution?
You want to stay with the status quo. When you yourself, somebody else comes and say, I will restructure. And you're saying, no, well, what about it?
Yes, the 1999 constitution, many say it is not a truly people's constitution.
Yeah, I'm asking, what about it? What's your question on it?
The question on it is, do you support the call to change that constitution and have another constitution? Or do you think there is nothing wrong with the constitution and we can continue with
it? If it's not a people's...
Hello, did you hear the question?
Look, if you heard what I just answered, is a work, yes, it's a work in progress. Yeah. You don't become static before you change.
So is the constitution perfect? Clearly. Is it 1990? Yeah, is the 1999 constitution perfect for you, or would you join the call that it needs?
So what I'm saying is that
I think the network is making you hear me late, and I'm also hearing you late. So sometimes when I want to, I think there's a network issue here. Yeah.
Now, okay. There is no perfect constitution anywhere in the world. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go ahead. I don't want to interrupt anymore because of the network.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. There is no perfect constitution anywhere in the world. None. In America has had 25 amendments to their constitution. That's when you hear 25th Amendment, Second Amendment, First Amendment. There is no perfect constitution anywhere in the world. Nigeria, not only that they should amend the constitution, they should keep amending the constitution because we are evolving. It's a developing nation. I support state police, for instance. They need to amend the constitution to reflect that. I support that the Electoral Act should be amended so that INEC will have all its powers to organize elections using the available technology. I support, as a matter of fact, the essentials of restructuring, I support. So, but trying to say that you have to, first of all, abolish the constitution, trying to say it's not the people's constitution, is it the animals' constitution? Or is it
that it was imposed on Nigerians?
So
that
please,
it is fraudulent imposed on
let
Nigerians.
Nobody deceive you that it is not the people's constitution. If every government, right? Now, good. It is fraudulent to say that the constitution is fraudulent, because what gave you the right to even start saying that the constitution is fraudulent is that constitution itself that gave you the freedom of speech. Now, let me tell you something. So the constitution, every foundation started with an undemocratic move. That's the concept of the founding fathers. Democratic move started with an undemocratic, their will on others. Whether it's in America or something, they will come together and choose the kind of government they want and write the first constitution for the people. There must be the origin of anything. And that origin will never be democratic. It's not possible. That's the concept of the founding fathers. If you watch Rwanda, Rwanda started with Kagame. When he shot his way into power, he wrote the first constitution, maybe in his bedroom. Vice president then. In the constitution, what made the president to run away? The president at the point ran away. And he now wrote another constitution when he took over and returned the whole powers in the president. And today they are saying Rwanda is the best country in the world. And telling you that there is a difference between good governance and constitution. If we had good leaders, nobody will be talking about constitution. If they can implement section 14.3 alone, 14.3 of the Nigerian constitution, of course, constitution, but the whole world is saying it's one of the best countries in the world now because of good leadership. If we have good leaders today, nobody will be remembering the constitution. Section 14.3 of the Nigerian constitution, which said that the composition of every government should be done in such a manner as to reflect the federal character and to make sure that no section, no religion, no ethnic group will dominate others. I said that section alone, that's what we call federal character principle. If a government should obey that section alone, nobody will complain about our constitution. As a matter of fact, it is everything in Nigeria is divided equally amongst all the federating units so that nobody will feel cheated. But you see, leadership is different from the law. Bad leaders will make bad out of the most beautiful law on earth. But good leaders will make good of the worst laws on earth. Quote me.
Thank you very much for coming on the show to throw more light as to your belief about this regime and the state of the nation so far. We'll keep these conversations going. Subsequently, we'll have another episode. A lot of your fans are here. Some of them have yabbed you. Some of them say you are doing well. And the rest of them.
I'm not seeing what they are writing. I would have loved to see. I'd love to see their reaction. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, are you sure you want to see them? Let me show you some.
Why not?
Can you see?
Why
Can you
not?
see?
Yes, I saw it.
Can you see?
And yes, he's entitled to it.
I'm
You know.
showing you more.
Yeah, he's entitled. They are entitled to their opinion.
I think I should stop at this point. I mean, let's not keep showing more. I just
No,
wanted
you see
because
one
you
thing.
asked for it. Yeah.
See, I respect their opinion, and you know what? Good. I do not apologize for my opinion. And let me tell you something. You know what I want to tell you? And I'm saying it
Yeah.
publicly. Good. I have not gotten anything from this regime. Nothing. And I'm saying it publicly. But you know what? So far, this regime has performed better than the regimes before them.
Hmm.
And I'm saying it objectively.
Hmm.
I've not gotten anything whatsoever from this regime. And
But you're a
the
party man,
second
and then
Niger
you're hoping to
bridge,
get something. We even heard that you are contesting. Are you contesting in
I
2023?
have not indicated any interest for 2023.
Okay. Are you not saying something?
Now, Shegun, the second
Yeah.
Niger bridge, for 16 years before this government came into power, when oil price was more than $100, no regime did it for the Southeast. This regime, without money, is spending 1,055,000,000 naira on second Niger bridge, and work has not stopped for one day. By next year, it will be commissioned. All our roads before this regime came into power, they were dilapidated. When I want to go for a movie from Enugu to Onitsha, I would have to cut off the express to follow the bush before getting to Onitsha. This regime is building it from Enugu to Onitsha, from Enugu to Port Harcourt. I am
We hope
saying
that
what I
people
know.
understand your angle.
For
Yeah. We hope
16
that they just
years of
understand your
PDP
angle now.
leadership, they did not consider any Igbo man qualified for president, qualified for deputy vice president. President Buhari, hold on. President Buhari in 2003 offered the vice presidency to Ndi Igbo. He repeated it in 2007 to Ndi Igbo before he started going southwest. So don't tell me what I know. I am telling you the facts. So people who are talking, reasoning what they are reasoning, they have the right to do that. But you can't change what is the truth. When I ask them one question, what has the Igbo man benefited from the democracy that they have given their support for 16 questions? From 1999 to President Buhari, Igbo people have not supported him. Yet he's doing what he's doing for them. The Igbo supported PDP for 16 years. They gave them 100%. So nobody should come, and they're entitled to their opinion. I respect them. This government has done nothing for me personally. They've not given me anything, but I must say the truth whenever I say it. So when some people say he's a Fulani apologist and this and that, I laugh at them. Anybody who knows me knows that I say what I believe in about the VAT. That's the position of the law. You asked me every other thing, and I told you what I believe. It has nobody can give me any influence. Before I entered into politics, Shegu, I was already a known figure worldwide. So this no government can say he wants to give me fame. I am a very comfortable person. You are inviting me today as Kenneth Okonkwo on my own person, not as a member of this or that or that. So what I am saying is what I believe in. And I will maintain it until otherwise is proved.
Yes, I'm sure I will host you another time
soon. Shegu, is it not a shame that even till today, PDP is considering whether they will zone 2023 presidency to the southeast? Is it not a shame? When from 1999, when from 1999, Ndibo, it's my pleasure. So the person that is a stooge is the person that is supporting a party. He is the person that is a stooge.
All right, thank you so